Hey, good morning. It's Friday morning. It's another great week that we've been through. I hope you've had a wonderful week and just a great week. And I hope that these devotionals this morning have been a help to you in your journey. And I'm excited to do these with you each morning. And I hope that they can help your faith in some small way each day. We've been following our lectionary this week, and so today we're going to be back in the Gospels. We're going to be in Matthew 28. We're going to be reading verses 1 through 10. This is Matthew 28, 1 through 10. After the Sabbath, the first day of the week was dawning. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to the tomb. And suddenly there was a great earthquake, for an angel of the Lord, descending from heaven, came and rolled back the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothing white as snow. For fear of him, the guards shook and became like dead men. But the angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid. I know that you are looking for Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, for he has been raised, as he said. Come, see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples. He has been raised from the dead. And indeed, he is going ahead of you to Galilee. There you will see him. This is my message for you." So they left the tomb quickly with fear and great joy and ran to tell his disciples. Suddenly Jesus came and met them and said, "Greetings." They came to him, took hold of his feet, and worshipped him. Then Jesus said, "Do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers to go to Galilee, and there they will see me." One of the common refrains here is "do not be afraid." Notice how often it says fear, though. Verse 4, for fear of him shook the guards, and they became like dead men. Verse 8, so he left the tomb quickly with fear and great joy. Now the angel says after the fear shook the guards like dead men, the angel says, "Do not be afraid." Then Jesus himself says, "Do not be afraid." And I think there's a great contrast there. Contrast is not the right word. It's just interesting to me because it says both the angel and the Lord realized their fear. The angel seen the effect of his presence upon the guards, and they're like dead men. In other words, they passed out. So he tells the women, "Do not be afraid." Then they left the tomb with fear and joy, and they meet Jesus, and Jesus says, "Do not be afraid." Both the angel and the Lord recognized the fear that they had encountered, because what they have now seen is otherworldly. I mean, you don't see people resurrected 3 days, like this all the time. It's the reason why it's called a miracle. The reason why it's called a miracle, because these things don't happen all the time. So they were in awe and were afraid of what they had encountered. And so they're told several times, "Do not be afraid, but go and do." And I think there's something about that where they're told not to be afraid, but they're given a command. Don't be afraid, but go and give this message. Go and be afraid and go and do this. Fear has a way to paralyze you, doesn't it? At least it does for me. Fear can stop us in our tracks. Fear can keep us from moving. Fear can in many ways keep us from being faithful. Fear can be a scary thing. So I think we're shown two things in this passage that are really important for us when dealing with fear. We're all dealing with fear right now, aren't we? I am. We're all afraid. First, we're told, don't be afraid. Yeah. They're not told that what they're dealing with is not real. What they're encountering is not something big. They're not told that. They're not saying, "Hey, don't worry about this." No, they're saying, "Don't be afraid." The things we face may very well be really scary. So you got a bad medical diagnosis, that's really scary. If you're facing unemployment, that's really scary. If you're dealing with marital or family stress, that's really scary. If you're thinking about what to do with your kids when school starts back, that's really scary. These things are scary. This is not to say that these things are not scary. These things are real. They are. We face many fears now. We do. The angel didn't tell, and Jesus didn't tell the women, "Hey, just ignore this." They didn't say that. They said, "Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And they're given a mission. And I think that mission helps us with the fear. Because I think if we just stay in our fear without doing anything, that fear becomes a negative vortex around us, and that we're constantly more and more afraid because we're not doing anything. One of my favorite lines from the TV show Doctor Who is, courage is, I'm paraphrasing here, courage is not being afraid. Courage is being afraid and still doing the right thing. Will we still keep worshiping God in our fear? Will we still keep giving in our fear? Will we still keep telling others about God in our fear? Courage is not being afraid. Courage is being afraid, still doing the right thing. Jesus gave them a mission. Even in their fear, even as they were afraid, even as they were worried, Jesus gave them a mission. And he said, go and do this. Go and do this. And I'll be with you. Do not be afraid. I will be with you. Do not be afraid. So today we've got a mission. We've got a people to love. We've got a world to preach the good news to. We've got families to care for. We have so much to do for the kingdom. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. God is with us. And he has not forsaken us. And he will not leave us. Do not be afraid. Be faithful in the mission that he's given us to. I think our mission in many ways counterbalances the fear. So if you're afraid today, if you're afraid, it's okay. There's stuff out there that's scary. It's okay. Don't give in to the fear. Live into the mission. Don't give in to the fear. Live into the mission. God is with us always. He'll never leave us. There's a world that needs to know the good news of Jesus Christ. Today, may we live that out. Hey, I love you guys. Praying for you today. Have a great weekend. Here for you if you need me. Hope you have an awesome weekend, and we'll see you Monday morning. Have a great day.